One of God's instructions to his people is found in Romans 12:10. Very simple little phrase. He says, "Be devoted to one another in love." Well, especially in marriage, this would be hugely important, right? To make your husband feel loved. And so we put effort into it. Most wives do, like trying to show him love in the way that we would receive being loved. Have you ever heard of the 5 love languages? A Christian author and counselor, Gary Chapman, developed something after his years of counseling. He noticed that people tend to receive the message of love. They receive that communication that they are loved in 5 different ways. Different ways. In case you don't know, let me just review real quickly. Some people receive love by words of affirmation. You tell them how much you love them, and that hits their heart so well, right? They feel loved. They receive the message that they are loved. For other people, words don't really matter. You could spend a lot of time writing all sorts of wonderful things, declarations of love, and it wouldn't move their heart at all. Maybe they receive the message that they are loved by physical touch, not necessarily sex, but just, holding your hand, the arm around their shoulder, stroking the arm. Just that physical touch makes them feel loved. For another person, it's acts of service. That person that goes above and beyond to just help out and serve you, bring the cup of coffee, help you with a project, that makes them feel loved. For another person, it's quality time. You just, they want you to spend time with them, and they feel loved when you desire to spend time with them and hang out with them and do things with them. And yet another person feels loved when you buy them gifts. And you're like, okay, that doesn't even make any sense. But think about it. For a person who, that's their love language, they're thinking, that person loves me because they put time and effort into going and finding a gift because they were thinking about me, and that communicates love. So here's where we get into the big mistake. We think that, of course, our spouse has the same love language as us. Well, maybe we know they don't, but we still tend to want to speak our own love language because that's what's meaningful to us. And so we keep on pouring out whatever the thing is. For me, it's gifts. So I can just give gifts and gifts and gifts. And you know what? It's just like I'm beating my head against the wall because they're not receiving anything. But I keep on trying because that's my love language and I think it's important. You get my drift? Intentionally, if you don't know already, intentionally sit down with your spouse, ask them what their love language is, what would communicate to them that they are loved, and then speak that love language, because that's what's meaningful to them. Again, be devoted to one another in love, not speaking your own love language, but theirs.